And now what I'm going to do is hand over to Ross, just have a little run through on Portside Place. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dave. So you've heard about our PBSA scheme in Newcastle-on-the-Lyme, and now I'm going to go through with you our Portside Place scheme in Liverpool, which is a private residential scheme. We've currently, as Abe mentioned, we've actually launched 15 schemes, and we've sold out of 13 of them. So one of the problems is we cannot build them quick enough. So this is one of our live schemes currently in Liverpool. So why Liverpool? It's the home of where our CEO and founder, Mitchell Walsh, it comes from and is based, but it offers an incredible opportunity. And I mean, one of the best opportunities you can possibly find in real estate in the world, and I'd say for certain, one of the best in the UK. And the reason for being that is as follows. So the net yields that you're seeing in Liverpool far outweigh what is seen in the UK average. So average is around about 3.5, 3.6, but as mentioned, it's much higher here in Liverpool at 5.5 to 7% basically. Affordability, key thing that you obviously have to think about when renting a property or buying a property. Average price in Liverpool is around about 180 as of mid last year, and the UK average is just below 300,000, so a huge difference there. Very strong economic growth, so we are looking at just a circa 2% growth in 2022, and this has very much been driven by some of the big corporations moving into the area, and also a digital and technology and creative sort of drive and industries. I think personally the biggest thing that makes Liverpool one of the most attractive investment opportunities is the regeneration projects. I did touch upon this earlier very briefly, but I'll go into a little bit more detail in this. This being around about £14 billion is being spent in Liverpool over the next decade. A huge amount of money. And that is coming from regeneration projects such as Liverpool Waters, which is £5.5 billion. Knowledge Quarter, £2.2 billion. £500 million being spent on the connectivity and transport links, which includes the airports, railway stations, the underground system there, which is one of 4 across the UK, and various other big regeneration projects, such as the 10 Streets project, the brand new Everton Stadium. Not sure if any of you are football fans, but home of Liverpool and Everton, big rivalry. Brand new stadium there for Everton, and other amazing projects such as One Liverpool big shopping centre. So this in itself is going to boost property prices without a doubt in this area, which makes it a really attractive and lucrative opportunity. The student population is also driving that rental demand for investment. So there are 3 major universities in Liverpool. We have Hope University, Liverpool John Moore University, and the University of Liverpool. University of Liverpool is in the top 200 in the globe, so a fantastic university, and this houses over 70,000 students across the city. So once again, you're seeing a huge demand for students looking for property to live in. Also to note, tourism culture in Liverpool is fantastic, receiving around about 60 million visitors every year, whether it be the Beatles tour, or the museum, or going along the Mersey, or going to watch the football. It draws in a huge amount of people, and this generates around about £5 billion for the economy each year. As I mentioned, strong rental demand. It's not just students, but it's also young professionals. As I mentioned, we've got lots of corporations based there, such as Capgemini, Bosch, Amazon, Sony, all basing themselves now in Liverpool because of the affordability and the draw of educated and postgraduate students. As I mentioned, the transport links are fantastic. So Liverpool John Lennon Airport sees around about 5 million passengers every single year. And the railway system also has around about 35 million passengers every single year. As I've already mentioned about sport, a huge passion for sport, especially football with Liverpool and Everton. I'm more of a rugby man personally, so it's an odd-shaped ball for me, but it does draw a huge amount of interest into the area. And then the quality of life. There are loads of green areas around this area. So we are very close to Wales, only 30 minutes, which is very countryside and beautiful, right next to the River Mersey, and once again, it has a wonderful quality of life. So that's why I think Liverpool is one of the best places to invest in the world, if not the UK. So the location about Portside. So we have the city centre around this area here, and we are just south of the city centre, right next to Brunswick Station. Brunswick Station is one of the train stations, underground stations, that runs every few minutes going into the city, and we are around about 30 seconds walk away from that station, which takes about 3 minutes into the centre here at D, which is basically Liverpool Central Station. So within about 4 to 5 minutes, you can be in the centre of Liverpool, which is absolutely fantastic. Yet you get the space and the views of the River Mersey. That it has beautiful views to offer, and has lots of other amenities all around it, which is fantastic. We have other incredible sort of areas, such as the Liverpool Yacht Club around this area. We have the Baltic sort of market around this area. So this is a cracking location to be in as well. Going into a bit more of a honed in map view. So once again, we see Portside Place here and Brunswick Station just here. But you can see right next to this, we have lots of sort of fitness opportunities here. So we are right next to a Pure Gym here. One of the great things about Integritas and the things that we generally produce is our very low service charge for our private residential, and that's because we don't throw lots of amenities into our schemes, and therefore raising those service charges, making it very high cost. What we do is very strategically place our developments in areas where there are lots of amenities all around, such as Pure Gym, for example. So we don't need to have an in-house gym. We also have the Baltic sort of Atlantic track run along here as well, which is fantastic, which runs all the way up north of the city. And we have various other things around very close by, such as Brunswick Dock. So you really are on the water's edge, which is absolutely fantastic. So just to give you a bit of a breakdown, prices starting from 181,000. As I mentioned, a very, very fantastic opportunity here, with rental returns around about 6.25 to 6.5. We have 198 units in total across 2 blocks, with 147 one-beds, 42 two-beds, and 9 two-bed duplexes. We actually also have parking spaces here, so there are 70 parking spaces here, which we sell for around about £5,000, with that leasehold, as Dave also mentioned, of £999. The service charge is outlined there as well at £2.80 price per square foot. So, as I mentioned, 30 seconds walk to Brunswick Station, 10 minutes to the Baltic Market, and only 25 minutes walk if you wanted to walk to the city centre, so ideally located. And here is a typical 1-bed apartment. So very nicely laid out, nice square layout, so very easy to furnish and manage. And this is coming in at, sorry, I can't see the price there. Sorry, it's around about 185,000. Apologies for that. So parking, as I say, £5,000, and we're looking at a rental yield of 6.25, which is fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Moving on to a 2-bed. So very spacious, once again, comes with balcony, 24 square foot balcony, total square footage of just over 600 square foot, which is fantastic. And once again, coming with a rental yield of 6.25. So one of the things that we like to offer, which I think a lot of our international investors really appreciate, is the fact that we offer a full turnkey service. So we are partnered with, so part of Integritas Property Group is Curlett Jones Estate Agents. So we are partnered with them, and they will look after you in all aspects of renting out your property, the handover, the tenancy. All those aspects that we covered here are going to be looked after and come at a very, very affordable rate of 6.5% plus VAT, which is one of the lowest you'll find in the country. And they have recently been voted Best Estate Agent and Property Management Company in the UK in 2024. So absolutely wonderful company to work with, and very, very experienced dealing with international tenants as well. So as Dave mentioned, the step-by-step process. So if you are interested in a particular scheme or a particular unit, you would speak to one of the designated property consultants which are dotted around the room and discuss your options, as well as myself or Dave. Once you are found your specific unit that you're looking for, we can then obviously take a reservation payment on that, and then look at introducing you to our progression team once that unit has been taken off the market. We have our own in-house sales progression team that will look after you throughout the whole process, as well as giving any updates, let's say build updates. You will receive a build update from us every single month. One of the things that really stands out IPG from any other developer that I've ever worked for is the fact that we do these build updates every single month on your scheme. So you'll get that update every single month via drone footage, video footage, and pictures as well. So you'll get that fantastic information all the way throughout the process. Step 4, moving on to solicitors. They're both instructed, and therefore the legal and sales packs are going to be drawn out and therefore are sent to you. And then from that, there is the point of exchange, where the remainder, which can either be 20% at exchange or 10% plus a further 10% 3 months later. And that is where you exchange contracts, and the remainder is then paid upon completion. The completion of this scheme is Q2 2026, so you have about 18 months or so to obviously find funds, get yourself in a situation where you are able to then complete, which is a perfect running time, I'd say. And then we do have recommended solicitors who are very au fait with working with international clients, and that would be basically Arch Law, who we use regularly and are very, very quick. The average time to exchange in Portside Place over the past 3 months has been 22 days. So a very smooth and speedy process.